Hello everyone, welcome back to Clusterbmilkshake. I am your host, along with support puppet Mr. Chicken. Yes. Today we're going to talk about common stalking behaviors, regardless of diagnosis on the cluster B spectrum, NPD, BPD, ASPD, or histrionic. And then I'm going to tell you reasons why people stalk, okay? All right. So first, these are common behaviors. Repeated unwanted contact. So some of you guys want to hoover, but for the ones that do not, texts, calls, emails, DMs, sometimes 100 a day, may range from love bombs to threats, apologies, and accusations. You can see a lot of this with borderline personality disorder. But, you know, it doesn't fucking matter. All right. Number 2, showing up uninvited. This can be at work. I've had my mother come. I was no contact for 4 years. She finds out where I work, comes to my work and starts crying. All right. So they can show up at your home, social events, church, gym, or the grocery store. They can pretend that it's a coincidence or trying to guilt you for not responding. Number 3, surveillance, following you physically, GPS tracking, drive-bys. Now I've had, one person was diagnosed with paranoid personality disorder, one of my callers a long time ago, and he used to do drive-bys by his ex-girlfriend's home, or, you know, X in between one of the fights, right? And because he did not believe that she would be depressed over the breakup. He just could not fucking believe it, that she would stay home and isolate herself after the breakup. And I'm like, was she home? And he's like, well, the car was there. And I'm like, she was home, dude. All right. Watching your social media obsessively, sometimes from fake accounts. You guys can do this too. Asking mutual friends for updates or triangulating through others. And sometimes mutuals will reach out to them to spill the tea on you. Yes, this has happened. Number 4, gift giving or symbolic gestures. Leaving flowers, letters, or inside joke items. May seem sweet, but it's a way to provoke a response or keep a connection alive. So they can also show up periodically to fuck up your progress of moving on. They don't want to be forgotten, okay? So they'll just say, how are you? Just any fucking bullshit, just to let you know that I'm still here. If you ever read a good no contact book, H.G. Tudor has it, and he tells you everything that he has ever done to try to regain contact with the people that have broken up with him, or vice versa. He would even do the most petty shit as just to send like a little piece of ribbon, and that's all, and mail it to your ass. Okay? Anyways, return to Cinda, all right? Then we have number 5, harassment through third parties. Recruiting friends and family to contact you. Smear campaigns, spreading lies to friends and family about you. Fake concerns from flying monkeys. So mutual friends or even their family members reaching out to you to gauge how you're doing during the breakup. Now, these people really want you back, or they would not be going through this bullshit, okay? Fear of rejection is the only way that it's going to keep them from reaching out to you. But believe me, I have thought of all of these things, even if I have not acted on them, which I have done some of these things in the past. But now that I ain't doing a goddamn thing, I will still ruminate about wanting to do these things, okay? Number 6, breaking and entering, trespassing. Entering your space to leave something or feel close to you. One of my callers had her ex-boyfriend break into her house and pay her gas bill, and it was sitting on her counter. And when she went to go pay it, they're like, it's already been paid by blah, blah. So it's so funny where if a woman broke into your house and paid the gas bill, you'd be more pissed off that she's still fucking with you if you didn't want anything. But for a man to do it, there's a lot of fear and intimidation, at least by a normie is going to be fucking scared. It's like, yeah, I'm going to leave my fucking rent bill there next, bro. Sometimes stealing items, taking your photos, or rearranging things to make you feel like you're going crazy. This reminds me of Barry. If you have not watched the show, those who have, you know what I'm talking about. Number 7, threats, direct or implied. You'll regret this. Threats to expose things you told them in confidence. Even threats to expose, like your nudes that you sent when you guys were going out, or video that you sent each other. I was once threatened to be put on like a porn revenge site or whatever, and I said, I hope I get a lot of likes. You don't get to blackmail me, fucking weirdo. Some may follow through on threats when dysregulated, or even out for revenge. So they, it could be purposeful revenge or just anxiety, like how dare you discard me type of revenge. Suicide baiting, harm to those you care about or your pets. It would be a bummer if Fluffy got sick. Boiling your bunny, okay, fatal attraction. All right. Number 8, hacking and digital invasion, logging into accounts, changing passwords, or tracking location through devices, using shared tech, baby monitors, or smart devices to listen in. I remember hearing a story about a YouTuber who unalived his ex-wife, they were getting a divorce or whatever, and he was using his daughter's iPad as a listening device, like threw it under the wife's bed to listen to her start a new relationship with a guy, and he came in and unalived them both. Okay, all right. So what are the reasons for stalking? Stalking behavior usually stems from deep-rooted psychological issues or distorted beliefs, not just romantic obsessions or malicious intent. The ice machine, dude, I'm telling you. All right. Number 1, fear of abandonment or rejection. They can't tolerate the loss of control or connection, so they try to maintain a tie by force. And, in this case, force means sending you a bunch of shit, bombarding you with messages and calls and everything, like, I will not be ignored, I will not be ignored, okay? Number 2, entitlement or possessiveness. You are mine. I own you. They feel ownership over others, not connection. I can see this happening also with men who cannot even fathom you moving on with another man. Men have competition, okay? They're in competition with other men. It really does not have anything to do with you. It has to do with, I'm a failure if you are having a better relationship with somebody else, all right? Number 3, delusional thinking. Some may believe the target is secretly in love with them. They may interpret rejection as encouragement. So there was this one dude was stalking this chick online, and you believe that if you let them down nicely, they'll leave you alone. No, you are responding, you are reacting. So they will keep it up, okay? I think there was another one. Oh, I was watching this psychopathy documentary, and this one guy who never had a relationship with a girl at the gym who checks in everybody, but he was infatuated with her. And one day he was jealous of her having a boyfriend and tried to unalive them both coming out of the gym. They never even had a relationship. So she didn't even know. She couldn't let him down. She couldn't nothing. It was all in his mind, okay? Number 4, revenge or rage. Sometimes it's used as a punishment for a perceived slight or humiliation. Go watch my orbiting video. Orbiting is not hoovering. It is a punishment, okay? Showing up in your space and not talking. It's an intimidation tactic if it's a dude doing it as well, all right? Number 5, insecurity and obsession. The person may use stalking to try to manage anxiety or get closure that never comes. Now, this is what I mean, like, when they're coming at you full force and everything. Even I was talking with a friend at my old job, talking about her new relationship that she's in, because she broke up with her ex-boyfriend because he didn't want to commit to marriage or anything. And she's like, well, I'm moving on with my life. Anyways, after I was done talking to her, said goodbye, I walked away, and I saw ex-boyfriend walking down the aisle, coming to get her, and they ended up getting married. Okay? Girls, have your boundaries. If you want to get married and brother don't, move on. If he cannot live without you, he's gonna fucking hunt you down and throw that ring on your finger, okay? All right. Number 6, loneliness or emptiness. Some stalkers are driven by an unbearable internal void. They attach to someone and make them the center of their fantasy life. And as you know, cluster bees live in a fantasy world. They say psychopaths do not. They live in reality, but shit can cross over, brother. All right? 7, paranoia or control. These types stalk as a form of surveillance. They need to know what you're doing so they don't get hurt. Sometimes they're stalking you to make sure that you're not moving on. They also want to know if you are moving on, because playing the game is of one-upping each other. So if I see you that you have moved on quickly and right away, that gives me a green light to move on as well. You're sleeping with somebody, game on. I'm gonna sleep with somebody too, so you know how it feels. I feel betrayed. I don't care. Right after a breakup, if you move on quickly, and I was not done with this relationship, and I really, cared about you, I wanted you back in my life and everything, and you move on, then here we go. Okay? All right, number 8. History of trauma and abuse, of course. If someone grew up in chaos, they may equate intensity and obsession with love. Their brain might confuse hypervigilance with bonding. All right. Stalking is almost never about the other person. It's about unresolved wounds, distorted coping mechanisms, and the inability to process rejection, shame, or loss in a healthy way. I also wanted to add on here just at the end about schizoid personality disorder. So schizoids tend to detach from others, but if fixation happens, it can be entirely fantasy-based, stalking from a distance, online, or in thought. Might observe without interacting, holding a silent, unspoken obsession. So one thing that I did after I broke up with my last person, and we lived in the same apartment complex, and I was avoiding him like the plague, but I would go out of the apartment complex to have a cigarette when I used to smoke. And I would smoke underneath the building that you could see from his apartment, just the top of the building. And I felt that I was close to him if I was at the bottom of the building. Fucking crazy, I know, but I had to cope, okay? Anyways, so I hope that was helpful. Have a great day. Namaste.